Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. Thanks for watching us today. We are at Interop 2012 in Las Vegas, Nevada. On our show is Troy Bailey. He's the Director of Marketing of the Networking Components Division of semiconductor company LSI. And Troy, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rich.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's new at LSI, what's happening.
Well, LSI makes processors for networking and storage. And with everything that's going on in the industry, that kind of puts us at the heart of most of the trends that are happening right now.
Now, obviously, the cloud, every kind of cloud, private, public, hybrid, is just one of the major trends of this event. I'm wondering, how do you play in that space? How do you facilitate?
Well, our processors are in the storage portion within a data center where that information is being stored, because cloud is about accessing compute and data that's not in front of you. So when you look at whether it's a storage processor or the network processors that transmit that data to and from the cloud, that's what LSI specializes in.
Now, from a competitive standpoint, what are you seeing in the market?
Well, I think that there's a lot of focus on multi-core. I think people have realized that a way to get more performance from a processor is to have multiple cores, and there's a number of people out there that are doing it. And there's various different approaches in terms of how much general purpose compute you have, how much special purpose compute you have, and that's really how the competition differentiates.
Now, bandwidth, networking speeds, 40 gig is a big topic at this show. It's going to go from 40 to 100. That sounds to me like it is a tremendous opportunity for the processor companies to continually provide faster and faster processors, because without a doubt, networking equipment manufacturers are going to need to deal with these massive packet flows, analyze them, prioritize them, right? Check them for security. That's a good thing for your company.
It's a great opportunity, but it's also a great challenge, because with the explosion in data traffic, so cloud services, mobile data, mobile video, the amount of traffic is growing so fast that the existing technologies can't keep up. You can't even do it just by going faster, because you're consuming too much power. So we need to do faster and smarter, figure out better ways to get the data from where it is to where it needs to be, and minimize that traffic on the networks that are really just getting swamped by the amount of data demand.
So how do you do that exactly?
Well, I think that part of it is through acceleration. And as I mentioned before, there's multi-core out there. We're putting a lot more processor cores. But there are some things that general purpose cores can do really well, but there's some things they don't do well. And so what LSI does is we apply hardware accelerators rather than just general purpose computers, as well as the multi-cores, so that we can accelerate those things that can be made to go faster and have the multi-core general purpose processor to do things smarter.
Now, in real world applications, what sorts of speed increases would we see from those accelerators?
Well, depending on the application that you're doing, going from doing something in a general purpose core like an x86 to doing it on one of our processors, for example, one of the things that is a challenge is control plane in these very large data centers, the signals that control where the traffic goes. We have an example where we got a 10x improvement in the performance of what a general purpose processor could do versus what our special purpose acceleration engines did.
It's really impressive.
Right.
So in terms of the future, what sorts of things can we expect in the industry from your company?
Well, I think that you're going to see more and faster. The data is going to continue to grow as long as we enable it. And so people are going to make the chips faster and faster. But I think some of the things that you're seeing happening right here at this show point to things have to happen differently. So open flow, software-defined networks, just scaling up the things that worked before isn't going to work anymore. So people are looking at new ways of doing things, and software-defined networking is one good example of how they're really taking it all apart, rearranging it, and developing a new solution that can scale like we need it to scale.
Is that a positive development for your company, SDN?
Absolutely, because it's a thing that we can do a lot of benefit from acceleration. That you're reallocating where the intelligence is in the networking, but you're also adding additional load. There's compute now that has to happen that didn't happen before. And the network really needs to be smarter than it was before. The intelligence is getting distributed.
But does that put you more in the software market, in the software business?
Actually, we partner with software companies. We have general purpose processors that use software and can do various applications. So we have software partners, like we announced we're doing some work with Vineyard this week, and have a number of other partners that we work with to create the software that we need to get those new solutions going.
Now, are there any other things that the viewers would want to know about that's news or things happening at this event that we didn't talk about?
Yeah, I think that we've announced a new PCIe card, which has one of our accelerator processors on it. So you can take servers or existing systems that need to have a bit more intelligence or a bit more speed, put that card in there and increase the performance of a particular product by using LSI's accelerator card.
Great, thanks for being here today. This was
Thank
fantastic.
you, Rich. Appreciate it.